You join up with us. Queen Galfrey paid for our services, but please do not think we're fighting for gold alone. We are true sons and daughters of Endaline, so the ideals of equality and resisting enslavement ring true in our hearts. We will be glad to stand in the way of the demons who seek to force mortal kind into bondage. The bulk of our company made camp in Nerosian, but the vanguard, consisting of our finest soldiers, if I may add, was put under your command. I want to know more about you, Captain Sailkind. The man flashed a genuine smile. I don't even know what to say. I'm a soldier, a bit of an explorer, and just an all-around honest man. I feel like someone that's talked this much but been honest probably isn't honest. Go on with your duties. Yes, sir. Glad to be under your command. Captain Sailkind salutes you again, smiles and adds in a softer voice. It will be an honor to serve with you, Commander. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need to talk, I'd be happy to lend an ear. Erebus said that we're under a threat from the demons with unusual abilities, like that Nabasu that attacked your army at Lost Chapel. They're very powerful and they're growing in number. You haven't found out where they're coming from, have you? Arashel looks around shyly and continues, lowering her voice as if entrusting you with a personal secret. I'm not sure, but I think I have a lead. I know where to find someone who can lead us to the source of their power. What are you talking about? A hag by the name of Yarunika. She used to live here before the fall of Sarkoris. But when the demons invaded this world, she happily took their side. The old cannibal knows many secrets. You just have to make her talk. Does this Yarunika also have special powers? Her, I doubt it, but still, be careful. She's very old, a very sly creature, and she's incredibly dangerous. Where can I find this informant of yours? The place is called Green Gates. I'll show you how to get there. Long ago, before the World Wound, there was a Sarkorian forest there. Then Crusaders built a small chapel. But for many, many years, the place has been home to nothing but abominations and squalor. How did you find out about this? Arashel quickly looks at the faces of those present and seems to curl in on herself. Quietly, almost whispering, she says, That is a long story. I will tell you when we get there, alright? Thanks for the tip. Happy to help, it's just... Arasheli looks around cautiously again and lowers her voice. You won't go there without me, will you? I want to personally make sure this monster doesn't escape you. Yes. Grandma Gretlin lowers herself into bow. Good day, your commandership. It is we, the artistic board of the next door theater. We are still working on our piece about your heroism. We have taken on a few new crew members. We now have a master of stage equipment and scenery. It's my granddaughter, Tina. Tina, say hello to its commandership. We are faced with another dilemma. We simply can't decide on a climactic moment for the act that's all about the Battle of Dresden. Here, you listen to the options. Grandma Gretlin holds a scroll up before her eyes and begins to read, running a gnarled finger along each line. Option 1. The commander, so that's you, launches himself out of a catapult and smashes down the fortress wall, allowing the armies to rush inside. Option 2. The commander, so that's you again, masquerades as a succubus and creeps into Dresden in disguise, and then opens the gates to the Crusaders. Option 3. The commander, so that's you again, rides to the attack on an enormous mountain goat, or should we call it a battering ram, and it breaks down the city gates. Well, what say you? The guards get these clowns out of here. I think I like the catapult one. I like the version where I launch myself out of a catapult. Wonderful, wonderful. It's high time we injected some thrill into our show. Grandma Gretlin and her entourage move away, but their voices project so well that you can easily hear the rest of the conversation. The catapult was my favorite from the very start. Options not considered. Too lowbrow a device for a serious dramatic offering. You forget the role of the commander is being played by Cyclops? How are we going to launch Lambkin out of a catapult? Where are we going to find a catapult that won't just break under his weight? Calm yourself, Tina. It's just a minor snag. We can't achieve success without a few difficulties along the way. We'll think of something, you'll see. Jesus. Tall, gaunt half-elf salutes you solemnly. Why does this guy have a picture? Have I seen this picture before? I don't think I have, right? Commander, it's an honor to call this first meeting of our military council to order. I'm Captain Odin. I have been serving under your command ever since the assault on the Grey Garrison. I'll do my best to be as much use to you as possible in this role. The foundation of the military is cold, calculated, and discipline. These are the principles I will seek to impart to the Crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy. For our enemies, for our troops, and for ourselves. Well, Commander, your sister Sela is no renowned general, but she spent half of her life tussling with evil. It looks like I'll be stepping up on the behalf of all of Iomedes faithful here. I hope my advice will prove useful. My nose is so itchy right now. Oh. Demons aren't the first invaders to come to the land of Sarkoris. I know this country, and I know how people used to fight here in the old days. Listen to me, War Chief. I'll tell you how to turn the land itself into our ally. First issue on the Military Council's agenda is to reorganize of our troops. Our infantry has been bled dry. The forces Her Majesty granted us were enough to take Dresden, but we need more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the army was assembled in great haste after the assault of Canabras, and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for redeployment. Our scouts reported that a powerful Baelor, Zade, is already preparing a retaliatory strike on Dresden, but we can rely on freshly conscripted Medavian soldiers. They may not have the skill, but our strength as always lies in the number and the fervor of our volunteers joining the crusade. We can't throw everyone into the meat grinder, we'll just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to select the best among the recruits, or even better, hold a contest. The bravest and the most capable join the Crusaders. The death count is always highest in the infantry. Its purpose is to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to endure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemy. Never enough folk, same in the war as it is in peacetime. We deal with the problem by finding helpers among the animals. Why can't we do the same now? Strengthen the infantry with war dogs. One soldier with a dog at his side is more like 1.5 fighters, maybe even 2. Victory. I'll give him a delayed doggy treat from earlier. So my choice is dogs, better recruits, or heavy footmen. Captain Odin, what does the Military Council do? The Military Council determines the strategy for our troops, enacts army reforms, approves new equipment standards, and makes decisions on all issues regarding military actions on the front lines. Who is this Baelor Corazmazes? The most trusted servant of the demon lord Descari, among the historians of Mendavian Crusaders. He is known as the strategist of the World Wound. He is not as renowned as Minago and the conqueror of Dresden, or Hafismara, daughter of Baphomet, but he has claimed the most major victories over the forces of Mendev. He is a general and quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. He may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's a fallacy. Like a beast following a scent, he senses weakness in his enemies' defenses and strikes at them, sending soldiers to bring targets to carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him. He's never short on troops and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. Koramzed. Zade. Koramzadeh is the face of the demon host. For many years, I've been gathering research on him, preparing for the day our armies would clash with his once more. Well, my council will help you defeat him, but so far, how are we supposed to say that name? Koramzadeh. I'm just gonna call him Korra. Korra has known no defeats. I have a question for my advisors. Hila, have you ever commanded an army before? Not on a scale like this, of course. Not, but I've fought evil and I know that its tricks. Besides, war makes people callous, and it's always useful to have a paladin advice around to remind you at a crucial moment what we're actually fighting for, right? Rachel, why do you wish to sit on the military council? I have command experience, and I intend to impart to the Crusaders at least a modicum of the discipline and rigidity of the Hell Knights. The quality of the Medavian staff currently available to you leaves much to be desired. Rachel glanced at the wincing Captain O'Dan. That much is certain. Ulbrich, do you have military experience? Do I have experience? Ha! I fought this land back when it was still called Sarkoris. I led my clan on raids against our neighbors, drove invaders from our lands, and I went to war with my band against orcs and giants. What kind of Sarkorian would I be if I stood on the sidelines now? Who are you, Captain O'Dan? Captain O'Dan bows ceremoniously. I've served on the front lines of the Medavian army for over 25 years, and in that time, I've gained a wealth of combat experience. His voice sounds calm, but his face darkens at the mention of a wealth of combat experience. I'm considered one of the foremost experts on tactics and strategies in Queen Golfrey's officer corps. I've spent my whole life studying the craft of warfare, and I'm familiar with the thoughts of all the prominent military leaders of the last 5 centuries. Furthermore, I will wholeheartedly believe in the traditions of Mendev's military art, and will gladly share my knowledge with you, Commander. I'll hear the opinions of my advisors. Dilla, do we really need only the bravest and most capable for our infantry? I mean, we can't send untrained rookies to slaughter. We have the right to command only those who are ready for battle, those who can defeat the enemy. We must find out who has the skill and the guts. Contests are perfect for that, and a little excitement for our warriors. Couldn't hurt either. We won't get that many winners, but the strength will come from their prowess, not their number. Your proposal would leave us with an infantry full of selfish risk-takers, dreaming of glory and valor. That is bad material for a soldier. The infantry's role is to be a shield for the archers and mages, and they're required to do is follow orders and hold the line. Unto victory or death. Ambitious loners cherry-picked through contests of skill are not fit to perform this duty. Rachel, why do you insist on shield bearers? The infantry is a meat shield intended to catch the blade of the opposing army in its flesh. The shield must be reliable. That is all that is required of it. That is why I would like to see a well-armored shield bearers as our foot soldiers. We must have the option of pitting ranks of footmen against the tide of rampaging demons, knowing with certainty that they will not scatter or die until they have completed their task. Ulbrich, how will war dogs help our infantry? A loyal hound is more than just a set of sharp fangs. It's an extra pair of eyes, a keen nose, and another head in a way. It's no soldier, but it's extra fighting power. Since we can't get any more human warriors from anywhere, we should swell the ranks with 4-legged fighters. Captain O'Dan, you just want to gather up some recruits from Mendev? Yes, institute a draft and try to amass as many new soldiers from Mendev and other lands as we can. We've always drawn our strength from our zeal and our determination to oppose evil. If we start holding contests or selections, we'll turn our Holy Crusade into a job for the chosen few and scare away future volunteers. If you try changing our tried and true tactics, we'll lose valuable time. And our army is in need of fresh blood right now. Great, even if you don't use companions, you will run into them during those segments. Oh yeah, that's true. That's cool. I think the least. Oh, for tooltip? Oh. Well, before looking at this, I feel like the most valuable input here is probably from Oran, or from Odan, or from Ritual, of course. I feel like they're probably giving the most valuable input. I like Ulbricht's the least, and Sila's sounds okay, but I do kind of agree with the problems of it. The barrack provides weekly recruitment growth for champions. Powerful shock infantry. All footmen are promoted to champions. Ooh, that sounds really good though. I wish I had the picture of them because I don't remember their names. I remember the pictures though. All footmen are promoted to shield bearers. Okay. All footmen are promoted to houndmasters and the conscripts, poorly trained but cheap and numerous infantry. All footmen are promoted to conscripts. That sounds bad. 5, 4 to 9, 15 to 25, with less HP though. So they have less HP, but they do significantly more damage. Worse AC as well. So the champions are like these are like the giga damage dealers. The main barrack provides weekly recruitment shield bearers. They have less. They have slightly more damage than regular footmen. Probably on average, just do slightly more damage. They have way more HP, slightly more AC, and damage reduction. Less speed. Houndmasters. More AC, more health. Same speed, more damage. Same damage. Every gas cannon shield bearers have 15 HP or do 0 damage. Not converting 1-to-1 ratio in numbers. Houndmaster ability to summon the hounds. I mean, the shield bearer should do about the same damage that the footmen do, though, because despite having slightly less actual damage, they have +2 to hit, which means that the formula for damage should be better for them, generally speaking. I was deeper and I wanted to admit before I realized you could mouse over choice effects, so my arm was just vibe based. Hello, Dualius. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going for vibes a little bit anyway. I think so far, though, the Houndmasters are probably the most powerful I see here. Especially if you're saying they have an additional ability as well. They're just better than the Footmen in a lot of ways. I think the champions are the least interesting to me. Being a glass cannon in this mode does not seem like a good thing, as far as I'm concerned. It just means that if they have like a spellcaster or something as the enemy, they just annihilate a whole stack. Oh yeah, true. I can see the tooltip. Ooh, that's kind of broken, huh? Pay to win infantry can only get them if you have Wolbrig. This is pay to win infantry for sure. I mean, the problem with the Houndmasters is like with the champions, you lose a lot of survivability for more damage, and it's a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. This is an insane damage increase, right? For the shield bearers, I don't think you're sacrificing much damage here, but you just get a unit that or like the footmen already don't deal a lot of damage. Just get a unit that kind of deals a decent amount of, like, no damage, but they can take more damage. These conscripts, I guess, are slightly better footmen. They have more health, but they have more health, slightly bigger chance to hit, and slightly more AC. But that's about it. And then old Brave dudes, the Houndmasters, they have 3 more to hit, so they deal significantly more damage. They have way higher AC. They have only slightly higher health, I guess. But being able to summon these hounds sounds insanely powerful. Oh, yeah, here I can see what the hounds do. Oh my god. That sounds crazy. What do we think? I mean, do I roleplay my army choices here, or do I pick what's cool or what's powerful? I think Kiryu would probably hold the contest, which I don't want to do. I don't like that. Roleplay? What would Kiryu do? I mean, I think Kiryu would hold the contest, but this choice I don't want at all. Because this would just lead to misery. I don't want champions. Champions are bad. This champion stack is going to get hit by one fire scorching ray. And all the guys are going to die. So we're not doing that one. There are no bad choices for one. This has to be the bad choice. I don't know if Kiryu would... I don't know if Kiryu would side with Regulair because it's very, like, a very neutral decision. It's just, let's just do this thing, you know what I mean? At that point, I feel like the choice would be between Ulbrig and Odan. All four. I think Ulbrig could make sense from like a Kyodai perspective, you know what I mean? Like, Ulbrig is my homie to the death. I'm gonna trust him with his dogs. And maybe it didn't make sense from the Machina perspective, where it's like, that's sending the mad dogs. And I think filling our ranks also makes sense from like a Torture Clan perspective, right? If you pick House, you can pretend as an army full of Mame's children. Logan's Alphas, Bellows, Ursus, and Luxus. Oh, that's Haruka's dog. Oh, okay. I like that. I forgot that was the dog's name. I like that. That's a good meme. I think the most useful here are probably the bottom three. I think for power perspective, I would probably go for conscripts or Houndmaster. I think the Houndmaster is probably slightly better than the conscripts. Well, the conscripts seem pretty good too, though. Let's do dogs. Let's do Mommy's children, I guess. I like that reasoning. Training of a dog for war is no easy task, but we have a few tricks in Sarkoris. Druids today aren't a patch on the old ones, of course, but they can talk to beasts. That's all we need. I'll train 5 dogs and they'll quickly supply our army with 4-legged reinforcements. Conscripts are the bad choice? Wait, really? Why? Captain Odan salutes you formally. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished and the ranks of infantry are replenished, I will assemble the military council to new decisions. Captain Armat, hail, Commander! Before you, an aged yet fit and sturdy Garundi stands at attention. His dark skin has an earthy tone to it, and crystals sparkled forth from where his hair and eyebrows should be. They're identifying him as an Oread. Captain Harmut, chair of your staff council, by order of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, here to deliver a report. I'm on this council too, Scylla salutes briskly. We'll be racking our brains on how to improve troops' morale. I reckon the key is to back up our words with action. Lead your soldiers by example, and they'll be eager to follow. Drawing on my experience as a paralicta, my advice is to maintain calculated moderation in every regard, be it an incentive or penalty, and to be decisive. We have no need for doubts or turmoil. I'm doomed to be your advisor, but do you know what that means? That you are doomed to listen to my advice. To start things off, there's an incredibly novel and deep thought for you. Loyalty, passion, and morale. All of these can easily be bought with money. Commander, permission to report. We've encountered a problem. Although we're still getting volunteers, we're now seeing cases of desertion. Many who joined the Dresden campaign believe that their duty has been fulfilled with the victory, and they are not keen on staying in the garrison. Those from Canabres wish to return home and rebuild their city. Lastly, there are those who are afraid of lingering in a place where demons might show up with retaliatory expedition at any moment. My suggestion is to improve living conditions for the privates, raise their pay, give them extra rations, and reward those who have distinguished themselves on the battlefield with commendations and gifts. Soldiers don't want to leave armies that appreciate them. They do nothing. At least champions do damage and shield bearers are tough. Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking maybe the conscripts would just be like, maybe you get more of them or something. I feel for those folks, but we have to convince them to stay. I think we might get some help from the servants of the gods. They'll tell the soldiers that the danger has not yet passed and inspire them to keep up the fight against evil. As long as the wound is open, the whole world is in danger. We can't just go home and live like we used to, no matter how badly we wanted that to happen. Most of the Crusaders are volunteers, but they have no right to subvert military discipline. That kind of attitude is tantamount to treason, regardless of who expresses it. We have to identify the instigators, arrest them, and administer harsh punishments to make examples of them. This problem is quite simply solved with coin, but handling money out to privates is practically throwing it away. We need to pay the officers handsomely, then they'll figure out how to raise their subordinates' morale. Tell me, Captain, what does the Staff Council do? In short, we make sure that whenever orders are given, they are executed properly. Our job is to keep the soldiers' morale high. They always follow their officers' commands without question. As for the officers themselves, we look out for any unseemly or incompetent types who subvert the troops' trust. I have questions for the council. Understood, Commander, ask away. Sila, what do you bring to the council? It's self-explanatory. We're fighting for a sawmill here. We're not fighting for a sawmill here. This is a crusade against the abyss. When you're up against demons, you bring a paladin. It's a rule. That's tried and very much true. Rachel, what kind of help can I expect to get from you on this council? I have an extensive experience in being in command, and as a allied, I possess a firmness that some of your other officers may be lacking. The essence of my council is not to spoil your troops, but to maintain their discipline strategically. Amidst the chaos of war, a general has to be a beacon of order and purpose for their soldiers. They will be just as grateful to receive rewards or lashes from such a general, and most importantly, they won't even think to disobey their orders. Aaron, what are you doing on this council? I'm mostly just waiting for it to end, but since I have little choice, I'll give you some advice on how to charm your subordinates. Be they people of the importance or simple commoners. I'll tell you the biggest secret straight away. Free money. Gold has the most miraculous power there is. Captain Armut, why did the Queen appoint you to preside over this council? I'd been in the Orisian infantry for 100 years, fighting for 3 pharaohs. Then, after I joined the Crusades, I served Her Majesty Galfrey for 2 more decades. I dare to hope that I've gained decent experience over those years. Let's discuss our options in further detail. Sila, what's your plan? The situation is not as that dire. Morale is high and we just won a major victory, so some have let down their guard. We have to call for priests and paladins to get through to the volunteers that it's still early for celebration. If they leave their homes today, Dresden will fall again tomorrow, and the day after, demons will show up on their doorsteps. What's up, Mr. Baggy Pants? You have to twist it, mister. Nipple twist. Nipple twist. Servants of gods are indeed the masters of sweet-talking others into dying free of charge, all through pretty words. But when the choice comes down to inspired preachings or homemade pies, 9 of every 10 will look for comfort in their home and at their table. The incentive needs to be more substantial than wasted breath. Rachel, what do you suggest? And there is no place in the army for the mindset of a playing soldier today, then going home tomorrow. These dangerous ideas must be suppressed with the utmost harshness. We'll identify the most vocal rabble-rousers and exact punishment on them as an example to others. They may be volunteers, but they joined the ranks of the Crusaders. We can't abet in their rejections of their responsibilities, or we'll be heading towards complete chaos and therefore defeat. That's a great plan. If you want soldiers to run back home twice as fast, they came here for their own volition. We must convince them to stay, not terrorize them into fighting. Aaron, your opinion, please. Our forces are in good spirits. It's just that euphoria of victory has gone to a few heads. No one can sober them up quicker than the officers, especially those of lower rank. We'll give our dare offs, all those sergeants and corporals, a bonus on the sly, then promise to sweeten the deal once they've convinced the volunteers to stay. Perhaps they will do so of a bear bug, or perhaps with a broken nose. Why bother solving problems yourself when you can push them off on someone else, someone you pay? Captain Harmut, what would you advise? The volunteers believe that we've almost won. Great, let's not ruin this pretty illusion. Instead, we'll turn it to our advantage. We'll increase rations and pay for privates, rewarding the most distinguished with commendations and gifts. Who would abandon the victors when they provide you with good food and even better coin? It's naive to expect the troops won't understand that we would just be trying to appease them. An army cannot stand if it's held together by handouts and desperate promises. We shouldn't lie to our soldiers. If we build up flimsy illusions now, the demons will shatter them later. Those fighting alongside us must recognize the seriousness of the situation, instead of celebrating victory when the war has just begun. I think the most reasonable options there are Sela and Captain Harmut, of course, which probably doesn't surprise anyone. I'd probably lean towards Harmut, because that seems pretty smart, but I think Sela's is a good option too, considering how tied the Crusaders are, and the Crusaders to Iomide. Crusade morale increases by 5 to 10, repeatable every 30 days, okay. The morale increased by 16.25. Recruitment growth of tribal units increased by 10%. At the cost of recruiting mercenary units increased by 10%. Oh yeah. It increases the cost of recruiting mercenary units. They just cost 4,000. It really gives you a lot of morale. Crusade morale increases by 10 to 15. Oh, but it costs us 300. Costs us 300 materials, which is very expensive. Oh, this reduces the trainable units. Gotcha. Okay. It costs you 300 tipless Triforces. I think the red one is probably very powerful. Because I don't know how much you need recruits, and it's probably cheaper than Darren's. Consider if you're just recruiting mercenary units, the 10% increase is probably cheaper than spending 4,000 on just getting the same type of morale. But I think I'm going to go with Sealas. I think this one is very simple and straightforward. It just gives a little bit of morale at no cost from time to time. No, mobilize the priest and the paladins to raise awareness. And this kind of fits with what we've been doing so far too, I think. So maybe Captain Harmut is more Kiryu. I don't know, Kiryu, but like the problem is that we need to imagine Kiryu as if he lived in a world where the gods are real, right? I think Kiryu is big on symbols, right? I mean, he has a dragon tattooed on his back for a reason. I think I like this one. First thing, fate has always helped me in the darkest hour, and now it will help our soldiers too. We just need to talk to them from the heart. Thank you, Commander. Should any other difficulties arise that require your attention, I'll deliver a new report promptly. Dorgalinda Stranglehold. Hail, Commander! The middle-aged dwarf. Oh, she's a dwarf. Middle-aged dwarf who has clearly seen some combat salutes you with one barely moving, bone-dry hand. On her face are huge scarred claw marks. A black eye patch covers one eye, but she is watching you with the other, intent and somber. Dorgalinda Stranglehold, chair of the logistics council at your service. We got ourselves an ugly situation that requires your decision. I hope it won't get in anyone's way if I join you. Arishel looks around with wistful worry. I think I could give some good advice here, if you don't mind, of course. Hopefully this council will benefit from a vast experience surviving with gear that consists of rocks and sticks, and where any dinner that's not squirming on your plate is considered a feast. All in all, kind of like our crusade. I won't lie to you, our logistics are a mess. We need more of everything, and what we do have is in disarray. Crates of provisions are rotting away in the storehouses, because some idiot quartermaster spilled beer on the papers. And fools are not the worst problem. There's also theft. Some officers grease palms to get a helmet with stylish plumage, or fancy blade from Neurosian. Meanwhile, that means that ordinary soldiers are being armed with barely more than kitchen knives, hammers and thongs. It's time to give the entire logistics staff a bomb rush. That's question is, where do we find capable and honest people to replace them? Here's we got 3 things: having cool tattoos, punching non-women in the face, and karaoke. Oh no! How many times have I broken the don't punch women rule? I completely forgot about that. Uh-oh. I forgot my house rule. These scoundrels must be replaced with decent, honorable people. Selfless souls who have proven that they put their comrades' lives above all else, especially their own wealth. Surely that's who will take the best care of our soldiers. Let's get some veterans on the job. People who have had their fill of the front lines and who know firsthand what life is like for a common soldier, what the rations taste like, and how the boots are always the wrong size. My suggestion is to call some experienced, well-connected supplies officer from Nerosian. Let them leave their crucial jobs in Mendev and work up a sweat for the good of the crusade. Linda, what are the council's responsibilities? The Logistics Council deals with all matter of relating to supplying the army. Most issues will be trivial and undeserving of your attention. However, from time to time, serious decisions will need to be made, and that's when I'll convene the council. I have a question for the council. As you wish. Arshale, what are you doing on the council? You think I shouldn't have joined? It's just, well, I've spent a lot of time studying how armies work. Both Crusades and Demonic. When I was spying, I think my advice might be useful, or at least, I hope it will be. But if I'm a bother, I'll leave, of course. Lan, how can you be of use to the council? I know a thing or two about gathering weapons and provisions. Compared to the war for survival we had to wage on the ground, you guys have it easy up here. If things go badly, I can teach your troops to live off the land, and how to craft decent weapons from junk. They'll have memories of Lan's special stew for years. Not sure if those will be fond memories, but they'll remember for sure. Linda, why were you assigned to the head of the council? Over my years of doing quartermaster duty, I've managed to develop a bit of a reputation for myself. The unit I'm responsible for are always properly equipped, armed and fed. Thieves, scatterbrains, and reprobates promptly get the boot. Bureaucrats who have never seemed to have anything miraculously find everything they need after a meeting with me. In short, don't worry, Commander. I'm right where I belong. I understand. Arshale, what are you suggesting? Quartermaster's job is to take care for the well-being of the soldiers they're equipping with for battle. That means the best people to appoint to those positions are people who really care. Those who will keep their fighters warm, fed, and properly armed. Or maybe they won't have the most experience, but that's alright. It's easier to teach someone numbers and how to run a warehouse than it is to instill conscience in them. Hope the game tells you the post-game stats, summary how many women you punched. Dan, how would you advise? In our tribe, we believe that the hunter's gear should be entrusted to the most seasoned hunters, to those who stalk the prey themselves and learn the price of a mistake in outfitting. An old bowstring, a dull spear, a tattered cloak, the hard way. I think that's how it should be in the army. However, whoever's responsible for supplies must know war firsthand. They must have dragged themselves through the mud of the battlefield, seen with their own eyes how a rotted strap or a boot one size too large can lead a soldier's death. They must have eaten their share of rotten cabbages and seen carts of horseshoes and pots pull up at their position instead of ammunition because of some clerical error. Assign new quartermasters from veterans, like Dorgalinda here. I bet they won't steal, and they won't let anyone else steal either. Dorgalinda, your opinion? There are some great workers in Mendev who have been sitting at home for way too long. Let the Queen send them to us, instead of counting buttons for the frock of coats of Nerosian Guard. Let's them sort out our supplies, and they'll already have connections in Nerosian. They could easily have army property decommissioned and later sold to private buyers for the next nothing, and those buyers will just happen to be the same mercenaries we're negotiating with. Connections are all too important. That's what they know. I think all these are good opinions, honestly. Plus 2 to saving throws. Plus 10% bonus to maximum HP. That doesn't seem very good. Wait, is their maximum HP the total unit HP? Meaning that, like, if a unit has 100 HP, and I have 10 units, then they have 1000 HP, so this would be 100 HP? Or is it individual per unit, meaning that if a unit has 100 HP, it's 10 HP? Wait, that adds up to the same. I think about it. Is that the exact same? It doesn't. Yeah, that's the same thing. I don't know why I thought I would go up differently. I was in my head. I was like 10% of 6,380 is more than 10% of 68. You know, I was like, Okay, so this is possibly very strong. Because some of my units might have like 6,000 health at some point, right? Universal time moment. Unit has a +1 bonus on attack saving throws. These are all great. I think the one that I think sounds the least impressive is probably this one. So this one might be the most powerful by far. A +1 bonus to attack is really nice though. I think Kiryu would go with any of these. Have you met the BBB yet? No. No BBBs. Also put them also. I just don't know. I wish I could look at my units and just see how much health they had for a second. I don't know how much health they have, and I don't have like 200 more health is interesting. Multi-point Bluetooth is so cool. How I lived. What is multi-point Bluetooth? Is it Bluetooth you can use on multiple devices at the same time? Everyone's going to my PC and phone at the same time. That's awesome. That sounds cool. One of the really annoying things when I haven't done bodyweight exercise in a while, but when I used to do it, I would use my wireless earbuds. I had to connect them with my computer, which was a whole process. Then I had to disconnect them and connect to my phone again. And I did that like every other day, and it was so obnoxious. And so they just wouldn't work because Windows is Windows, right? So I'm like, alright, let me connect it to my computer. Oh, it's just not working. Oh, the volume isn't there. Oh, Windows decided not to use this volume anyway. I feel like this might be a little bit naive, and I think I'm the least impressed with this. I think this could be tentatively good, but I feel like the math might be bad here. Like, let's say you have 10 Hell Knights, and their HP together all total 1 more Hell Knight, right? Like, progressively, this might be interesting, but overall, it's adding like a very minimum amount, right? I think I'll go for this thing. It's just 10% bonus units, yeah. Which doesn't sound that impressive. We're then recruit those with connections in the capital as quartermasters. Maybe I should go with Arashel though, just because I want to date her. I'll do that. Arashel will choose the most honest and responsible people for the job. They'll make sure the soldiers are ready for whatever trouble the enemy might have in store for them. After all, other people's lives depend on their work. How could they neglect such a responsibility? And it's decided, no matter what our new quartermasters are like, there's no possible way they can be worse than what we have now. The results will be reported to you, and if anything else comes up, I'll call the council right away. Also, say might save you from that stinker cloud, yeah. Lady Kanomi. Oh, wow. Humna, humna, humna. Oh, woo. A sharp-looking kitsune gives you a quick business-like bow. Commander, the matter before us are urgent, so let's not stand on ceremony. I'm Lady Konomi, the official attaché of Nerosian. Here are my credentials. She presents a scroll adorned with Galfrey's seal. Her Majesty has instructed me to lead your headquarters diplomacy council. Honestly, I was surprised when Lady Konomi asked me to join the council, but I will do my best to fill the shoes of a trained diplomat. Yeah, strange I got invited to the council too. I'm sure foreign ambassadors will be thrilled to see my face and my manners. Lady Konomi, you haven't mistaken me for some other Crusader Lawn, have you? I, like many nobles, have been trained in diplomacy, and in fact, I hold the title of Royal Emissary. It is passed down from the Arnday line. I must say that prior to this day, I employed the diplomatic skills solely to undermine Mendev's international reputation. It is time to break that habit. I imagine preventing international scandals will be just as interesting as causing them. Who knows, I might even enjoy it. What's the council, diplomatic council, and why do I need it? To solve matters of politics, of course. The Crusade is more than just a battle and sieges. It is the largest military project in all of Aveston, founded by the treasuries of more than a dozen major powers, and each one of those powers, in addition to seeking victory over the demons, also pursues its own goals. The Diplomatic Council will manage this tangle of political interest, and prevent the Crusade from losing the favor of influential benefactors, and while we're at it, ensure that Nerosian remains satisfied with the state of affairs. After all, for the last 100 years, the entirety of Mendavian politics has resolved around the Crusade in some shape or form. That is why the capital has sent me here to observe, offer suggestion, and keep the diplomatic situation under control. I see you've been sent to keep an eye on me. Whatever gave you that idea, Commander? I'm not an overseer, I'm your loyal advisor. I do not intend to meddle in the way you run things, just consult with you in cases where the price of error is too high. Put your trust in me, and we'll get along swimmingly. After all, none of us here want to see Shellyax and Druma at each other's throats, trying to settle their dispute by using their influence on us as political leverage. Am I wrong? And I doubt you would like it if you made enemies in the ranks of the Nerosian nobility who would attempt to undermine your war effort. This won't happen, as long as you trust my experience. Tell me more about the Royal Council. What is it? The Royal Council operates under Her Majesty. It's the highest governing body in Mendev, and compromises her most able and trusted servants. It is responsible for day-to-day matters of state. They are the hand of and the voice of the Queen. The Council has gathered people from all walks of life. Some of them are nobles, but many more are citizens of humble origin, who earn their positions through their wit. Many are rich, but a fair number of them are more humble means. Some are pious and pure of heart, like Lord Inquisitor Kasori and Captain Jaspar of the Crusader Heralds. Others are more flexible and ambitious, but each of them faithfully serve Mendev's cause. I have questions about the composition of the council. Soldier has never had to deal with diplomatic concerns before. That won't be a problem. In my homeland, Tianxia, inviting clerics and paladins of Shaelin, the Lady of Chrysanthemums, to take part in diplomatic missions is a common practice. They may not be politicians, but they are perceptive, advocate peace, and favor balanced solutions. I'm flattered by the respect that the worshippers of my goddess receive in Lady Konomi's homeland, Solsibal said cautiously. I won't let you down, Kiryu, and I'll make every effort to prevent our friends from becoming our enemies. But you want Darren to take part in the council. Why? Because of Count Arnday's influence, naturally. He's a Mandavian aristocrat, and the nobility will be inclined to listen to his opinion, and by ensuring the support of the nobles, we'll find ourselves powerful allies. Therein sneers back at her. Oh, believe me, Lady Kinomi, I will exert all my effort and influence to make this council's job exciting. Thank you, Mr. Baggy Pants. Why did you choose Lawn to join the council? We diplomats call this little trickle Mysterious Garundi Prince. This little trick. Mysterious Garundi Prince. During negotiations, it's always useful to have on your side a representative of some obscure but potentially populous and powerful nation. Without knowing what they're up against and how many mongrels there are, our diplomatic partners will have to contend with this dark horse. So Mr. Lan will be our mongrel prince. If we're negotiating with foreign ambassador and I make this sign, Lady Konami cross her fingers in an intricate gesture, you immediately start talking about how offensive their proposition is to the mongrel people. Do you have a deal, Mr. Lan? Lan scoffs and glowers at Lady Konami. I suspected that the word diplomat was synonymous with fraud, but I thought you would be deceiving me, not deceiving others with my help. No, that's not an option. I can represent the mongrels in negotiations, but I'm not going to lie through my teeth. Tell me about yourself, Lady Konami. Who are you? Lady Konami lowers her eyes in a show of modesty. It's unbecoming of a diplomat to talk about themselves at length. Should I give her an Asian accent, guys, since she's Asian? But how am I to refuse you? I come from Tianxia, from the noble Kitsune. Like any Kitsune, I have always been curious to a fault, and my adventures brought me to Avistan. And here, in your lands, I met my first and true love, politics. I've served as a diplomat in the courts of 6 different sovereigns, but working for Her Majesty turned out to be the most interesting of all. Such riveting webs of intrigue and interest are spun around the Crusade of the World Wound. What does the folk say? Hearty, hearty, hearty. What's on the council agenda today? I hate to say it, Commander, but not everyone in Neurosian is pleased with your progress. Some believe that, to use their words, you are out of control and fancy yourself an independent leader. It wouldn't surprise me if you encourage supply disruptions in the near future. I would suggest quelling their anger. Show the capital you haven't forgotten about the chain of command. For example, you could hold a parade in honor of Her Majesty. If you need to demonstrate that we're keeping Neurosian in mind, why don't we invite the capital's high priest to Dresden for a religious festival? It'll be appropriate, and the church support will shield us from the accusation of schemers. Pander to naysayers? I think not. I propose we hold a parade in your honor, Kiryu. This is your victory, and if cousin Galfrey wants to show off in front of the soldiers, she's welcome to capture something of her own. Lance's eyes flash with anger. Are you out of their mind? We've got a whole Dresden full of soldiers who need medicine, food, and weapons. Until everyone has been taken care of, we can't waste a single coin on pointless celebration. What did I do to incur Neurosian's discontent? You were too good. You reclaimed Canabres, you won the Battle of Dresden. You're a menace to the World Wound, your authority grows and the influence of the Queen's confidence diminishes. This creates the impression that there's only enough space for you at the top. The members of the Royal Council are afraid that you will muscle them out of the political arena altogether. After all, if you're doing so well, maybe Her Majesty doesn't need them that much. Therefore, they might try to discredit you, impede your war effort, reduce the scale of your victories, make some concessions, and they'll see that you're open to negotiation. Or to hear the opinions of my advisors. Lady Konami gives you a look of surprise. Whatever for, aren't the wishes of the capital obvious enough? Although, very well, let's hear their counsel. So how does inviting a high priest to the festival help us? Without a doubt, we should remain loyal to the Queen and respect the hierarchy, but that doesn't mean we have to kowtow the Royal Council whatever they ask. I think we should neither do their bidding nor seek to quarrel with them. Rather, we should try to take the middle path. The High Priest of Neurosian is a powerful figure, yet he is not a schemer or politician. By inviting him to the festival, we'll both show that we're not cutting ties with Neurosian, and let them know that we have influential friends and are not about to buckle under the Royal Council. Theron, what's the point of taunting the capital by throwing a parade in my honor? There's a fine line between taunting and setting boundaries, and between showing respect and putting on a collar. Mind you, I'm not suggesting anything treasonous or disrespectful. A parade in honor of the true hero of Dresden and Canabres. What could be more natural than that? Besides, a healthy amount of disobedience guarantees that people won't pester you with lectures and nonsense as often. A dozen tutors responsible for my upbringing can attest to that. Provoking the capital would be unwise. We're trying to avoid unpleasant consequences, not expedite them. I'm sure that was merely an exaggerated jest on the Count's part. Lan, do you think ignoring the capital's worries is a good idea? And what are they going to do about it? We're the ones protecting them from the demons, not the other way around. Having loyalties from the captain is great, but there are more important things, like having the loyalty of our own soldiers. When the demons come, what will we do? Shake our fists and say we've got powerful friends in Erosium? Why, that's true. Who needs to stay friends with those who supply you with provisions, recruits, and weapons? And there's certainly no reason to fear the base jealousy and envy at the sight of your glory might get the better of their common sense, because that's never happened before. Lady Konomi, what will Parade Her Majesty's honors do? It'll be symbolic and affordable. Show them how much you respect her and value Her Majesty. Make courtesy to those who pay for your arrows and swords and bread. The Royal Council has power. You wouldn't want to turn those patrons into adversaries and test whose influence is greater, yours or theirs. Please them, and they will stop worrying about your loyalty, and you will have to focus on the war. Okay? Let me get this straight. Hiding behind our backs and buying their safety from the demon invasion with bread and other people's lives is a new form of charity? Are you sure you shouldn't go to them, drop to our knees, and thank them for allowing us to die in this war? Energy points income increased by 10 points, finance points income reduces by 10 points. Ugh. Recruiting merchandise reduces by 10.5, material points income reduced by 25%. Ooh. Crusade morale increased by 10 or by 20 if Crusade morale is 0. Okay. Finance income increased by 10%. Oh my god. I mean, I think Kiri would even go for this, so... That seems great. I mean, this doesn't seem bad either, just like... I don't think I care about the cost there. I don't know if I need energy points, so... We'll hold a parade in Her Majesty's honor. I'm glad that you listened to my proposal. Making friends in the Royal Council will go a long way. It's good that we've got off on the right foot, Commander. There'll be plenty more issues requiring a decision soon, but I do not doubt that we will handle them just as expediently. Is that it? Jesus Christ. Holy crap. That was a lot at once. Okay, so... one fourth of the outpost level with 3 of the 4 construction slots filled can be upgraded to a bastion level, okay. Energy point increase, okay, that could be good. I can't afford anything! I guess we gotta head out until I can afford something, huh? Oh, we can afford these! Let's find these guys first. Let's send Erebeth out on a little mission. So, well, I guess I don't need to do the math. Big outcomes can build teleporters? Yeah, but I mean, I can't afford it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What the hell are these guys? Spearmen? Why do they look so angry? I didn't know that precision was a thing even for this mode. Like, what am I supposed to do with 2 paladins? You can always spend money from your own pocket to buy a resource for a crusade, but I don't have money because I already did that. I'm too broke for that. Oh yeah, well, surely giving her these will make her more powerful, right? And then I guess we do this, and I can send these guys back to Dresden, probably. Okay, they really wanted me to know about this demon army down here, I guess. What? Okay, there's a demon army here. What do you want me to do about that? Okay, so the Yingwang Mafia is level 4 now. Do we think they could somehow attack this? I don't think so. I think these guys would absolutely demolish them. This is just a spellcaster too, to make matters worse. I think we can send the Tojo clan up to deal with this stuff. For starters, since that's like kind of behind us a little bit. If I don't fight, I get all the same rewards, right? Is that the meme? I'm fighting that because I'm not sure, but I think people said that if you let them flee, you just get all the same rewards. Ba. They really hate those archers, huh? Not a big fan. After capturing Dresden, the Crusaders raised 3 morale banners to the city walls. The banner of victory stays green while you defeat the demon army. Seize victory over the demon army in the lands of Yath, the Grey Road, Lake Close to the Sun, and the Winter Sunlands. Reach at 6 days to the time. The banner of conquest stays green while you capture demon forts. Each capture of a demon fort in the lands of Yath, Grey Road, blah blah blah. Adds 30 days of time to the banner of conquest. Sacred screen, reclaiming forts that were previously lost. Does not affect the banner of conquest. Fence remains green as long as none of your forts are under siege. Defense turn yellow, okay. The banner is still affected, daily show. Okay. Cool. Raiders killed the cultists who were gathering the army of wild giants who stormed Dresden. Now that Dresden is safe, workers can be transferred from the urchins, strengthening the walls, an important task. Nice. I think I'm gonna grab Breakfast, then we can Do some Becky Fusting. Becky Fuzzy? I don't know if I can defeat any of this with this army, honestly, but I feel like I kind of have to, like... Maybe I have to sacrificial lamb this army. Just run it into some enemies, and then... YOLO, hope for the best. Like, maybe I just have to have some of these guys die so that I can level her up so she gets more abilities and more units and stuff. That might be the strat, honestly. Okay, I have cold pizza, so I'm just gonna go run and grab it. I'll be back in like a minute, and we'll do some reacting.
First off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race. Yeah. This is a dragon, a draconic race, but dragons in Warcraft have the ability to take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes. And so what we're doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. You know, adding a new race to World of Warcraft, and not just an allied race, is something that we don't do lightly, but telling...
Just follow this path, dude. I bet there's like a hidden treasure at the bottom of that shaft that I'm never going to get. Yeah, I'm taking the wheelchair access. Probably should have turned the lights off, huh? Don't you wish that you could be Zachary?
Hello again.
Ja, det er med oss Rimworld? What's that? What does those patterns look like a swastika?
Er det 300 bisker her? Ah, flink utdagen. Oh. Oi, sorry Lux. Sorry, jenta mi. Er det...
It's Greece, Finland, Turkey, and Russia, the countries at Finland border. Alright everyone, let's do what we in the industry call a little bit of a react stream. That's where I pretend to not have watched the video, and then I give you all my hot takes on the video. And then you guys clip that and you post it on LSF. And then I get famous. Let's find out. Yeah, we're watching a Shosho video. There's two of them. One is 9 minutes. The other is 2 minutes. How long is this Dualius video then? If this is like 20 minutes, then it's perfect. If it's longer, then we're completely cooked. 11 minutes! Oh my god, it's perfect! Alright guys, we're gonna watch the 3 for 1. Yeah, we're gonna get 3 videos out of the thing. It's gonna be crazy.
This video was made possible.
Nope. Alright. Start with this one. It's a submarines that could launch fighter planes. There's policy. Wait, was that an actual thing? That sounds crazy. Why? Alright everyone, GG. Let's play the game. Let's see if our lady here can actually do something useful with her life. It would be really nice if she could take out literally anything here. These guys seem way too powerful. The Japanese. The Yamato battleship hidden under Hiroshima. This seems like it should be doable, right? Not that many archers. Just a little bit of light cavalry. Is that or what? Like, that seems very scary. This might be doable too. Some plate horses. Now this is probably deceptively difficult. Do we try? Do I try to just sacrifice some of my people in order to get a little bit of money? In this case, the champions would charge forwards, and then I'd just try to go for the back line. Do you think I can do it? I feel like I have to do something to get some XP on this character, because everything is level 4 now. Ooh, this is good. It's a +1 to attack until the end of the round for every 2 squares they move. This gives you a +3, but a minus the speed penalty, so this is 100% worth it. There's a tree here that stops us from moving there, so I'm gonna move down here. This is like, it's great for me. I feel like this is incredible for me. Why am I doing more damage to one of these light cavalries than the other? Aren't they the exact same? Either try to take out these dudes or take this guy out. I think we'll take this dude out. Perfect. Not ideal, but... Oh my god! The dismemberment there was insane! I could move away, but I also do this. I mean, it's gonna be losses here. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. I don't know what that turnaround was. Okay, so we lost 15 scouts, but we actually won a battle though, so that's pretty cool. I think we just leveled up too. Weapons split into regions. To craft a region, you must free all the forts located in that region. Afraid, forts can be upgraded, thus increasing the number of squares available for construction. A gang of cutthroats who sold their conscience for demon gold has been destroyed. Their chief, a battle-hardened, scar-ridden mercenary laden with valuable artifacts, is hanging from the noose. The trophies he received for the murder will come in useful for the crusade. These guys were possibly on damage rolls with the offhand weapon when dual-wielding or wielding two-handed melee weapon, for example, a double weapon. Oh! Regil! Regili! Regili! This looks very scary, but... Oh, did we level up? Hey, okay. After units have plus I see attack and damage, okay. All infantry units, 7% increase of infirmary could be nice just because she doesn't have access to healing. But it's so little though. We're talking about literally, it would have been 7, so what, it's like 14? A bit more than 14, like 15 more units. I think this could be interesting. I would have to replace my cavalry for this, but that's a good bonus. It's a +2 to everything. Oh, but oh yeah, no. Are archers infantry? Do I know? Are these guys considered to be infantry? Is infantry anything not on a horse, or is infantry just regular like champions? I think it might just be yeah, it's close combat, yeah. So it's like archers are not infantry. Archer ranged, yeah. Well, I guess we'll go for this thing then. Crushing offense, probably. Well, I mean, this is still good though, even though this is still fine. Even if it doesn't buff the entire army, because it still makes the infantry really, really powerful. So why not? I think I'd rather have infantry that gets a +2 to AC attack and damage, rather than having a +1 to all units. I feel like giving the infantry this, the ones that are going to be in melee combat, that are going to take the hits. I feel like giving them the additional bonuses is probably going to pay off the most in the long run. And it makes those champions way more powerful, so... Not that I know if I can ever recruit any more champions, but... But if I recruit the Hound guys, they also count as this, right? So... This is like a no-brainer. I wish I could combine these armies. It's annoying that you can't. I wish I also showed how much money you have on the screen. I guess I have to click here. I'm from the Total Clan, and that makes me a man. I wish this also showed like the total numbers rather than the individual numbers, but I guess we can compare them anyway. So, this army right here has Derachni. These guys are going to summon the little swarm things, I think. These guys are not fun, because they stop you from... Oh, maybe they don't. Okay, these guys should be okay, I guess. Oh, they have a lot... Oh, dude. That is a lot of health. Can I retreat from a battle? I mean, based on the pure numbers here, I should be able to win this. It's just I don't think I can win this, but maybe I can. Maybe because I can just rush through this. Maybe this army is more feasible to attack. Look at how many times they get to attack. I was checking with Demon Plague, they may have risen. Okay. Maybe this one is actually more feasible for me. They're so fast. These guys will be on my rangers in 3 seconds and just start devouring them. It will take them 2 turns to get there. Unless I get good terrain on my side somehow. Well, I mean, if I want to level this army up, though, we need to take some chances, I think. I mean, these greatsword guys do a lot of damage, so if they're focused on the rangers, then you might be able to. Let's... I think I have a better chance against this army than I do this army, if I'm gonna be brutally honest here. I think this army would decimate me, though the XP would be really, really nice to get on this character. I think this army will decimate me. I think I'll get stunlocked to death. I think the Vescavors are gonna screw me over. I think this drone thing is gonna really, really fuck me over. I think that this dude's stunning screech is gonna fuck me over. The question really is if I can bait them to attack the scouts, but I mean, even the scouts don't really want to be attacked. Because the scouts are better if they're able to just kind of like move around the enemy a little bit while the enemy's engaging other things. Both of these seem so brutal though, but maybe it's worth it. It's like if I don't level her up, then she just does nothing, right? But what am I supposed to do here? Commander. TV, TV. Fortress gates. Okay. I think we're taking this guy with us, because we're probably heading straight to whatever he wants to do, so we can get done with it, because he was complaining about it like a freaking baby. The whitish locks of hair on his head mark the time until his inevitable death. Yet his own fate doesn't seem to worry Reginald. He wants me to go. Oh my brother, man. Ha. Yeah. What the hell? Dragon Hunt. Well, it doesn't have a timer on it, so I guess I'm going back into the city and... Well, I can just replace companions here, can't I? Hey, Gabor. I want some Regilli in my life. I guess we can scout out this area. I mean, there's like... Well, I guess the Shrine of Sacrilege is there. Oh.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I will resist.
Okay. I think this might be a real encounter, despite being a random encounter. Oh my god. Oh my, okay, this is a real encounter. Right over here. Oh my god. What do I do? Do I hope for a sleep here, or do I? What is my sleep actually? Is it a? It's a will save. Okay. So this guy has and it's a DC 21. Okay, so this guy literally can't fail as far as I can tell. They only fell on the one, I think. These dudes can fail, but it's pretty low chance. Let's try it.
Surrender or else.
I am Regile. All right, we got him a wolf. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. My name is Regile. Then I can summon a creature to aid him in battle. As you're in the summon, save it. I summon a creature remains for 1 hour before entering. How I can summon a wolf. Oh. It doesn't say it's a once per day thing, right? But it looks like it might be a once per day thing. He noticed the demons? Well, I saw these guys. There was these guys I didn't see the first time. I guess, I mean, it does have a pretty high AC. That wolf has 13 AC? Wait, what is this ability? Why did I pick this? It has 13 HP. The hell? Wait a second, what was that feat choice? Why does it have 13 HP? Now I can summon a creature to aid him in battle as if using a monster spell. Save the summon. I think I wanted the 9th level version. I think I wanted the Hellhound. I guess that's what I was interested in. Oh, maybe the Hellhound will be more interesting, I guess. Do I kill that or do I kill this? I think this might be a bit of a bigger threat right now, maybe. I think I'm going over here. He does really hate Regili.
To the end.
I feel like he's tanked more damage than any other character could have possibly done, though. Alright, Kiryu, what are we doing here, man?
Don't hold back!
Hey, I got my strength trained, of course, because why wouldn't I? Okay, let's kill
Prepare
this dude.
yourself.
Wait a little bit, let's do something here that's useful.
I refuse. It was a flaw in our tactics.
Maximize. Let's Maximus with a fireball. God damn it! Rolled a 1 and a 1. Does it need to be leveled like your other animal companions? The wolf? I don't think so. I think it's literally just a summoned animal. And I mean, there's no like menu for it or anything, so.
Any bags?
No.
Hello, Enderfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, great name, by the way. Hope you've been well and are conquering many lands. I know it has been many moons, however the 1,200 wallabies you requested were denied on the plane, so I had to raft us over. Not sure what you want with them, but the wallabies are loving Norway. I suspect one of them stole my phone charger, so if you find it, can you plaza ship it back? Thankies.
Plaza? What the hell? Thank you so much, Cuddly, for your subscription for 22 months. No much out of account and potato. Welcome to the bag. I have no idea what you're talking about with those wallabies. What would I do with those? 1,200 of them. That's enough to put in a giant gladiatorial arena and watch them all fight for a banana. But I wouldn't do that. What the hell? What the frickin' heck? I would never do that. Oh, I would never stretch. Officer, I'm innocent, I promise. Oh my god, you have to be pooping in my pants with this. There's no way this chick has 1 health left. How does the math even add up to that? How does that work? Can someone explain? How? How do we math this?
Mir! Could this happen?
What the heck? I know nothing about that. Officer! There's gonna be like an article tomorrow in the news. 1,200 wallabies missing from the Australian Museum. This is a pretty brutal random encounter, huh?
Desna, guide my hand.
I mean, these guys are like really hard to hit. And I don't know what to do about that. I tried. Maybe it's slumber time.
Too late for apologies.
4 versus a 2. Oh, Trikey! Crikey! Okay, let's see if we can kill this guy, I guess. That's all in Olbrig. Jesus Christ, Olbrig is carrying.
Make your peace.
Joshua Museum's hardest workers all missing at once. They were the employee of the month. I don't know what to do against this dude. But that's what killer. Die. How do I keep failing? It's stupid at spell resistance. Wait, did Rachel just heal himself somehow? Commander's banner? Wait, what? Commander and Commander to twice their mythic rank. Oh! I should have probably delayed that. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was in range. Jesus Christ! Oh no! Carrier, chill. Carrier, chill.
I will resist.
He's gonna annihilate Kira on the ground, isn't he? He's gonna say, "Oh, Kiryu-chan, matare." Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Well. If it isn't my sweet revenge.
We do it my way.
Okay, how was this a random encounter? This is maybe the most difficult encounter I've ever been in an entire game. How are we calling this a random encounter? My trike is looting right now. This is perhaps the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my entire life as an adult human. And I am a human, to be clear. An adult human. Anyone else have strength damage, or is it just Kiryu? Can I just cast Restoration on myself?
I'll take care of it.
I will take care of it. Nice. Oh my god, we're all just passively healing all the time? That's awesome. But it's only when we're in the vicinity of that banner though, right? So eventually this will not be happening.
Speak with your actions, not your words.
What even happened to his wolf? It just died, I guess? Ah well, we're just waiting for it to be healed, so I guess I'll pet the Logan. I'm gonna... Ah, dude, Logan, come on. Come on. Papa. Hold on a minute. Hi, Logan. Eaten. Oh, let's activate the little devil.
Cease.
Follow if you dare.
The banner affects you when you control it by force. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how much of it is intended and how much it is bugged, but you should have this buff most of the time. Oh, that's awesome. So, random healing out in the wild is not as necessary or useful then. I don't think I can cross this thing, right? But as soon as it's a new day, my army should be here to take care of it anyway. It's about to be a new day. Did we encounter Taro, finally? Now that I have no money. Cure light wound potion sellers in shambles, yeah, unironically.
I'm off.
Well, this should be an ally. Berenguer. A prayer to Ayomide flies from the lips of the kneeling old man. He speaks softly and steadily without raising his head or otherwise acknowledging your presence. After finishing up his prayer, he looks at you with clear eyes. What can I do for you, stranger? Looks like some of the demons tried to escape, but for some reason they didn't teleport. You have a good eye. Yes, it's true. I received a special gift from my goddess. My presence makes the demons weak and stops them from making escapes through the plains. Tough luck for them. Let us carry on the Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. Well, my name is Berenguer, and I am the commander of my own crusade. Did you kill all these demons? Yes, these and many others, that's what I do. Why do you need to fight alone, Berenguer? You could join my crusade. I fought under the banner of an official crusade, but I found neither righteousness nor dignity there. Forgive me, but my path is mine alone. Who is this dude? What the hell? This guy's insane. Alright, I'll go then. But you want me to keep you safe, and forgive me if I was less than friendly. Wait, what is this guy, like a level 30
There's
character?
something here.
Oh.
I do what I must.
I mean, this is a lot of demons handled on their own. Long spear +4, that's kind of crazy. I chased him during the day, I followed him at night, I found his tracks in the demonic wasteland of the Wound. I set up ambush in the cities. Hunting a hunter is a strange job. The demons were seeking victims, leaving behind a trail of crusaders, tortured to death, their hearts carved out of their bodies, and I was seeking him. Kneeling at my nightly prayers, I asked myself, why do I want to rid the world of this particular monster? New demons come almost daily from the rifts in the world wound. I could fight them whenever I wanted. I could join my crusader brethren in any garrison, but I chased him. For 3 years, relentlessly like a hound following a trail. Finally, he came for me himself. My perseverance drew his attention. It made me bait. But there are demons who take special pleasure in torturing the weak and helpless. But he was different. He was drawn by danger. He liked killing the strong, the proud, the unbreakable. That's what he told me. I listened to him, and he was horrified at how similar we were. Then we fought. I killed him. These were 3 long years, goddess. I was returning to Canabris after this long hunt, after an exhausting fight, carrying a terrible burden. On the fringes of the city, a light guided my way. Not your light, no. The light of the fires near the city walls, where the inquisitors were burning more potential renegades. I walked into my dusty armor, covered with the sword marks, past the people who gathered to watch the execution. I overheard the ecstatic words of the executioner. I remember the words the demon said before his death. I never entered the city gates. I didn't kneel in your temple. I didn't share a meal with the other crusaders. I, Berenguer the Tall, no longer belong in this crusade. Not after these long years, not after what I realized and heard. As it lay dying, the demon said to me, we are what you will become.
I'm gone.
I mean, not wrong. I mean, the demon has a point. Why is this area so big? Well, how do I get out of here? Berenguer?
We do it my way.
We do it my way or the highway. Wait, my track isn't dealing, I don't think. It's not under the banner? Oh my god, poor thing. Can we hit a new day so I can go past here, por favor? Demon army approaching. This one? Oh, there we go. Is this guy ranged? Let's do some damage to this group, I guess. Nice. Oh, I can summon these as far away as I want. That's cool. Well, not as far away as I want, but pretty far away. I don't think I need to move forward to deal with these guys. I think we chill. Oh, there's an air metal right there. I didn't even see him. God damn it. What can I do? This is exactly why units like this are so powerful. Because I don't care about the losses of these. They can just keep dying and nothing bad will happen to me. Like, they're just tanking at this point. Oh, he turned. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's new, pussycat? Chasing elementals away to their home planes, Crusaders found a huge crystal filled with magical energy. It appears that it was imbued with the elemental force many years ago and conveyed to Dresden but never arrived. Its guards have perished, and the crystal itself, a powerful vessel of magical essence, has been drawing elemental spirits. Energy points. Giant. A progressive alchemist by the name of Zagelvorns ran a series of experiments in an attempt to improvise the potion of legendary proportions. But something went wrong. The soldiers who tasted this creation cannot return to their natural form and have grown quite dim. However, the alchemist assures everyone that no harm has been done, since giants are more useful than ordinary soldiers. The usefulness of intelligence in a soldier is debatable in the first place. Material points income increased by 1. Crusader morale increased by 20. Well, that's cost me a decent amount. Good. Use the giants in battle. 2 Zagelfront's giants are recruited at the commander's headquarters, okay. But found a spare settlement for the giants. Points increased by 2, adds 15 on logistic experience points. I don't even know. I don't know if I care about the morale that much in this scenario. Well, our morale is already gigamaxed, so I think it would be cool to have them in the army. We are fighting a war here, so I mean, this one is weird, right? Because it would take like 100+ days for this to pay off. But the material points income increased by 2. Does it cost you 250 to do, right? 250 material points. But so it would be 100 days in before, well, 100 plus a little bit before this starts paying itself off. 125. That's a lot of days. It is an interesting macro choice, though. I don't know if it would pay off. I don't know how many days the campaign is going to go on for. 100 days sounds like a lot. Maybe we'll just get some Zagelwont giants in our army. That could be cool. Sure, let's go for that. Use the giants in battle. If we forge the path of the opportunity to bolster an army with such strong fighters, the alchemist Algaforn strongly endorses this decision. I mean, he's a progressive. Afraid no for Majesty, Queen Galfrey will display respect to commander has towards Nerosian and its ruler. This sign of loyalty will appease to decree. Warriors stuck in the middle of nowhere fighting vicious monsters have to remember why they're fighting and what they're sacrificing their lives for. So there's loyalty. Okay, so I don't care about doing this right now, right? Oh god. There should be a walk in the park. Go go Tocho clan! Sometimes you can't save everyone. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Well, this thing is probably immune to fire, would be my guess. Dude, this guy's getting a bonus turn was actually horrible. I'll wait. I'll wait. I will wait. This has all this. No, the dogs. You're taking out these dudes. Sayonara. That's actually so painful. She has a huge capacity. She has 1,000 infirmary size, and we're losing that, and it's like half now. After that, gosh darn channel. I kind of fucked this guy up, huh? Oh man. Colors has kitty cat ears. Because she has celestial kitty cat ears. Oh, expending a lockpick. The fortress was a sanctuary for spellcasting demonologists. The fire that started during the battle spread to the libraries filled with the blasphemous knowledge. The glow of this massive fire light up the darkness, expand for miles. Cool. That's pretty poggers, if I may say so myself. Altar of the First Retrievers. Okay, these guys are gonna cause some havoc by stinking clouding me, but I think I just need to try to kill this guy dude anyway. Probably do one of these. Oh, perfect. Wait, did this stack get reduced? Did I have more than 56 of these dudes? I thought like 72 of them or something. Weird. More than 56, like 13 more. No, I was more than that for sure. It would have been nice. No. There's definitely more on that. No doubt about it, man. A gang of demons hunting runaway slaves was not reckoning on facing the commander's conquering forces. Among the bloody corpses, the Crusaders discovered a dark, god-forsaken altar fashioned from the teeth of demons. Captured victims and the webs of the monstrous mechanical spider retrievers, the soldiers clamored to burn it, but the more tactically minded officer decided to not rush into anything and passed it to the commander for examination. Let us go in my inventory. Barely a soul has ever managed to escape the revenge of the demons. The fiends dispatch their retrievers, the creepy mechanical spiders they create, fronting to silently track down the enemies, runaway slaves, and renegade cultists. As legend has it, the first retriever was made by the demon lord Haganti, the Lord of Transformation. Throughout the ages, the first retriever fell under ownership of different demons, masters, but was an impeccable servant to all. A mortal heretic and twice renegade finally put a halt to the first retriever's murderous servitude. Templar of the Ivory Labyrinth, whose name is unknown, repented of his deeds and left the cult. The first retriever was sent forth on his trail, but never returned. Both retriever and prey fell in the fight. Later, the demons discovered the retriever's remains and cobweb and turned them into an altar.